Thanks for staying with us for the Fox 61 News at 6:30. I'm Bridget Piorlo.
And I'm Brent Harden. New tonight, UConn is evaluating at least 245 programs at risk of being cut because of continuing budget problems.
The Provost report lays out the details of those programs potentially on the chopping block. Overall, 70 undergraduate majors, 72 master's degrees, 76 graduate certificate programs, and 27 doctoral programs are included. The administration has told faculty that not all these programs will be closed. Some will continue with changes or be consolidated with other majors. The university is now asking departments for their input, and the uncertainty is leaving many students and faculty members feeling restless.
We're very concerned about the future of these programs and about the future of the university as a whole.
Unease at UConn after the university announced it's reviewing enrollment numbers for 70 undergraduate programs. The majors potentially on the chopping block are those with fewer than 100 graduates over the last 5 years. Subjects like art, philosophy, computer engineering, English, and world languages.
World language education is a critical shortage area. If, for example, the languages program is scaled down, there's going to be less of a population for me to recruit from for my own programs.
Andrea Celli teaches Italian and describes this collective feeling within his department.
Uncertainty among all the people involved. I mean, you talk to a student, you tell probably your major will not exist in 2 years. That is very upsetting.
One of his students, Maria Brennan, is set to graduate with an Italian degree and plans to teach the language someday.
To hear that a program is going to be cut makes me feel like, do you guys think that this is not essential? Do you think that this is not important? Because it very much so is. Languages are extremely important. They're fundamental.
She fears those applying to college might look elsewhere if there's a smaller pool of majors at UConn to choose from.
UConn is known for its huge wide range of majors, and then to reduce them or cut them down or combine them, I think that kind of almost makes people say when they're looking at schools like, oh, they don't have that major, or they're combining it with something else and I really want it to be this specific major. I guess I'll go somewhere else.
And educators say that trend might lead to even lower enrollment and a drop in the university's national status.
UConn has fallen in the U.S. News and World Report rankings very dramatically in the course of just 1 year, right? And we fear that we'll fall further, right, with these kind of moves.
The most recent U.S. News and World Report ranked UConn 32nd on the list of top public universities. It came in 23rd in 2021. In a letter to staff Friday, the university president and provost described the changes as academic housekeeping and gave departments with low enrollment the following options to consider: modify the program with curriculum changes, consolidate the major with others, or close the program altogether.
Would be asked to basically on a very short timeline to justify their existence quickly or be shuttered.
English professor Chris Viles is the president of the university's chapter of the American Association of University Professors and worries this is just the start of a larger strategy to scale back.
This move towards program cuts are really the first step in a broader plan. So what we are seeing also is a plan to hire less kind of tenure line research instructors and more kind of lecturers, and folks who are doing kind of higher teaching load. That really compromises our status as a flagship university at a Research One.
Plans to close programs must be submitted to the provost's office by November 1st, with the UConn Board of Trustees set to vote on the fate of departments at their December 11th meeting. But many faculty members hope the university reconsiders before tough choices are made.
We are really interested in the idea of a review, but not at gunpoint and not with the idea that the end goal is to spend less in programs that are vital for the state.
This all comes as UConn is facing a $70 million shortfall in the fiscal year 2025, and leaders are asking for an additional $47 million from the state budget in the upcoming session. State lawmakers are now weighing in on what's happening in stores. Senate President Pro Tem Martin Looney writing, quote, UConn is proud of its ranking as Research One University, which only 3% of American colleges and universities achieve. Therefore, it is incongruous that in Connecticut's flagship state university, University is adopting a Walmart-like style approach to some of its less popular majors, to the extent that majors graduating only 100 or so students over the 5 years could be put in some sort of academic closeout bin. Many of these courses serve as class options for undergraduate students looking to fulfill their core requirements needed for graduation. Eliminating them would be short-sighted and ultimately have a negative impact on UConn's reputation and appeal.